Ah, that was so good. Now I gotta take my dirty dishes to the sink. Uh-oh, I gotta wash my dishes. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Life Skills with Mr. Joe. I'm your host, Mr. Joe, and now that I put my dirty dishes into the sink, it's time to wash them. The reason we wash our dishes is so they are clean for the next time we want to use them. We need two items when washing our dishes: dish soap and a sponge. Now to get started, we turn on the water. So you wet your sponge, you take your soap, and you pour some onto the sponge, squeeze it a little bit, run it under the water, so now your sponge is nice and soapy like this. The first dish we're going to wash is our plate. Now we rinse the plate. And now that it's rinsed, we're ready to rub the sponge onto the plate in a circular motion like this, just like if you're in the movie The Karate Kid.
Wax on, wax off.
When your plate is nice and clean on both sides, it's time to rinse it off under the water. And put it on the dry rack here. Next, we're going to wash our fork. Now we rinse the fork under the water. And now clean it off with the sponge. So the entire fork has soap all over it. And then we rinse the fork off. And now that the fork is nice and clean and doesn't have soap on it anymore, we put it onto the drying rack as well. Next is the butter knife. And we do the exact same thing with the butter knife as we did with the fork. Get it nice and soapy. Rinse it off. Make sure you're always holding your butter knife by the handle. You do not want to be holding it on this part of the knife. And we put our knife into the dish rack. Lastly, we have our cup. We rinse it out. We then put our sponge on the inside of the cup and make sure we are getting all around the inside like this. So the entire inside of the cup is soapy, and we do the same thing for the outside of the cup as well. And we rinse it off. It's good to be as fragile as you can with these glasses because they can break easily. Alright, now that all the soap is off of our cup, we can put it into the dish rack. It's good to get all the liquid off of the entire dish. Now we put all of our dishes back to where they belong. We start with the silverware. We put it back into the silverware drawer. Now we put our plate back to where it belongs. And lastly, we put our glass back to where it belongs. Make sure all of our cabinets and drawers are then closed. And now we're all done washing our dishes. Thanks guys for washing dishes with me. I'll see you all next time on another episode of Life Skills with Mr. Joe.